Republican Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, member of the Judiciary Committee, is in focus. Your top line thoughts today.
President Biden talks a lot about democracy, as he should. Democracy depends on the mutual acceptance of rules, norms, and institutions. President Biden's southern border policy has undermined that principle. He has completely opened the southern border, and he has looked the American people in the eye, and he has lied and said the border's closed. Now, most Americans' people skills are fine, but they have a low tolerance for morons, and they don't like being treated like a moron. They don't like the president lying to them, and when they call the president out, they don't like the president calling them Nazis and racists. Most Americans support legal immigration. Look, the whole world wants to come here, Harris. I mean, when's the last time you heard of somebody trying to sneak into China? They want to come to America, and Americans support that. We allow 1 million of our world's neighbors to become American citizens every year, more than any other country.
Yes.
But the American people feel that illegal immigration is illegal. I mean, duh. And last year we had close to 3 million people, to say nothing of the fentanyl that streamed into our country, and we do not have the slightest idea who those people are. And because we ask, the president says we're all racists and Nazis. The American people look at the southern border like they look at their home. Most Americans lock their front door at night. They don't lock their front door at night because they hate everybody on the outside. They lock their front door at night because they love people on the inside, and they want to know who's coming in and out of their house. And that's the way most Americans look at the southern border.
What I've learned is that we have no idea who's coming into this country, because even the ones that put their hands in the air, and you're taking a look now, this is Eagle Pass Live. This is where I just was. The left side is the United States. The right side is Mexico. So you see how close we are. Do you see a wall? You know what there are? There's some some empty train containers there that are spaced out and so on and so forth. Some of that helps, so when the people crawl out of the river and have to change their clothes and be naked, they can't be seen from the roadside. You don't even get to a portion of the wall for nearly 3/4 of a mile way out, away from this water. If our Border Patrol agents weren't there, if our National Guard was not there, if Texas had not spent nearly $1 billion so far on its operation to help its own citizens, where would we be? We have no idea who's coming into this country. Senator, I want to get to this with you. Critics are lighting up California Governor Gavin Newsom for calling Republicans' migrant transfers morally reprehensible. Newsom asked the DOJ to look into kidnapping charges for Governor DeSantis over flying illegal immigrants from Florida to Massachusetts. But Newsom did the very same thing, or at least something very similar, as mayor of San Francisco. He launched an effort called Homeward Bound. Officials gave homeless people in the city a one-way Greyhound ticket out of the city. Now, how is that any different?
Well, it's not. Look, life is full of contradictions, but where I come from, they call that hypocrisy. The federal government is busing and flying illegal immigrants all over the country. They're doing what Governors Abbott and DeSantis have done, multiplied by 100, by 1,000. And I think most Americans can see the unfairness of all of this. Harris, look, we have Nigerian doctors and German engineers who are following the rules, waiting in line, being properly vetted to become American citizens. But President Biden will let any illiterate gangbanger, oftentimes with drugs, come right on in if he can wade across the Rio Grande. And that's not only unfair, it's illegal.
Senator Kennedy, thank you very much for being in focus and getting us started this hour. Good to see you.
You bet.